After the Bhuj airbase achieved a historic victory in Operation Sindoor, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh praised the soldiers' efforts. He said, in just 23 minutes, the Indian Air Force destroyed terrorism nurtured in Pakistan. Singh celebrated the operation's success, saying it made all Indians proud worldwide. The airbase, which also shot down several Pakistani drones, symbolized India's strong determination and unwavering strength. After the IMF agreed to give Pakistan a $2.1 billion loan, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh asked the organisation to think again. He said that Pakistan gave us Rs 14 crore to Masood Azhar, supports terrorism and uses its lands to attack Indian citizens. Singh questioned why any country would give money to a nation that spreads violence and creates problems for peace in the region. He warned that such help could be a danger to global safety. Building on recent counter-terrorism efforts in Jammu and Kashmir, the army announced in a press briefing on Friday that the 6 terrorists have been killed in past 48 hours. These achievements resulted from 2 intense operations, one carried out in dense forest area and other in residential neighborhood. Inspector General of Police Kashmir V.K. Birdi confirmed that the operation took place in the Kela region of Shopian and the Tral area and calling them very successful. India has clearly stated that it will not allow Pakistan to interfere its relationship with Afghanistan. According to the senior government sources, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Afghan Acting Foreign Minister Amir Khan Mustaki held their first direct talks since the Taliban took over. Earlier, Afghanistan rejected Pakistan's false claims of Indian missile strikes, while New Delhi called Pakistan's allegations ludicrous. Recognizing the bravery of the Indian Army during Operation Sindoor, the government may increase the defence budget. Sources suggested that India could allocate an additional 50,000 crores to defence, taking the 2025 to 2026 budget beyond 7 lakh crore rupees. This proposed increase is likely to be approved in the winter session. After India's precision strike in Pakistan on May 10, US urban warfare expert Colonel retired John Spencer called Operation Sindoor a game changer. He praised India's BrahMos missile for breaking Chinese-made air defense and hitting 11 air bases. He said that strike showed India's strength, hurt Pakistan and gave the world a strong example in fighting terrorism. Following the deadly April 2025 Pahalgam terror attack, Indian officials briefed the monitoring team of the UN Security Council's 2067 Sanctions Committee on the activities of the Resistance Front, the group behind the Pahalgam attack. The Indian officials established a connection as an offshoot of the Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist organization. This was India's first direct TRF briefing after the Operation Sindoor, strengthening its stance against Pakistan-based terror groups. Senior Congress leader P. Chidambaram questioned the strength of the India alliance, saying it looks weak now. He praised the BJP as a strong and well-organized party that controls key institutions. Though unsure if the opposition can stay united, he believes there is still time to rebuild it. He stressed that 2029 elections are very important to protect democracy and prevent the BJP from having unchecked power. Building on Bihar's transport improvement, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar launched 166 new Dulux buses, including 24 women only, for his Patna residents. Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary and Vijay Kumar Sinha, along with Transport Minister Sheila Kumari, were present. The women-only buses will run in the Patna and nearby areas for safer travel. The other 144 buses connect different regions. These buses offer both AC and non-AC options, focusing on comfort and safety. After months of calm, COVID-19 is quickly resurging across Asia. Hong Kong and Singapore are reporting sharp increases. Hong Kong virus activity is quite high, with test positivity rates and severe cases reaching their highest level of the year. Singapore experienced a 28% rise in cases and 30% increase in hospitalization. Meanwhile, China and Thailand are also dealing with the renewed outbreaks.